Welcome back to Life Lessons, the podcast where we explore not just ideas, but the deeper principles and practices that help us lead lives of meaning, intention, and purpose. In today's episode, we're diving into the profound influence of habits, how they are far more than just repeated actions or daily routines, but the subtle forces that shape who we are and who we become over time. Habits are like the invisible threads that weave the fabric of our lives. Each small, consistent behavior may seem insignificant in isolation, but over time, these patterns create the foundation of our character, guiding the way we respond to life's challenges, opportunities, and uncertainties. It's our habits that determine whether we live reactively, simply responding to circumstances as they arise, or whether we take control of our actions and actively design the life we want to live. They're the difference between drifting aimlessly through life and living with clarity, focus, and purpose. But here's the real question. How do we build habits that truly matter? Habits that not only serve our immediate needs, but also propel us toward long-term growth, fulfillment, and a life aligned with our deepest values. How can we break free from the patterns that keep us stuck in mediocrity and instead cultivate habits that elevate us toward our highest potential? In today's episode, we'll explore these questions on a deeper level, breaking down the psychology, science, and spiritual significance of habits. We'll discover how to align our daily actions with our core values and life goals, so that every step we take leads us closer to the person we truly want to become. To truly grasp the impact of habits, we must first recognize that they are far more significant than we often realize. At first glance, our daily actions, those small, seemingly inconsequential choices, might appear trivial, but over time, these repeated behaviors begin to accumulate, quietly shaping the framework of our entire lives. Every habit, whether constructive or detrimental, slowly but surely contributes to the overall quality of our days, weeks, months, and eventually our years. What makes habits so uniquely powerful is their ability to function beneath the surface of our conscious awareness. Once ingrained, they become automatic, woven into the fabric of our routines, allowing us to perform them without a second thought. This ability to operate on autopilot is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it can propel us toward a more intentional and purpose-driven existence. On the other, it can trap us in cycles of unproductive behavior, reinforcing patterns that may hinder our growth. The true challenge lies in recognizing that not all habits work in our favor. Many of us are unknowingly caught in routines that sap our energy, divert our focus, and prioritize short-term comfort over long-term growth and fulfillment. These habits might feel familiar or comforting, but in reality, they are barriers that keep us from realizing our full potential. Breaking free from such patterns requires awareness, discipline, and the courage to confront what no longer serves us. So the real question isn't just about forming habits, it's about intentionally cultivating the kinds of habits that lead to lasting fulfillment. What habits will help us create a life that feels aligned with our values, one that fosters both success and deep personal meaning? The answers to these questions hold the key to transforming not only our actions, but also the trajectory of our lives. When we talk about meaningful habits, we are referring to those that are not only beneficial in the short term, but that also contribute to our overall growth, well-being, and sense of purpose. These are the habits that align with the deeper aspects of who we are, our values, beliefs, and long-term aspirations. They serve as stepping stones on the path to becoming the person we wish to be, guiding us toward a life that feels more intentional, fulfilled, and in harmony with what truly matters to us. The first step in building meaningful habits is cultivating clarity. This requires deep reflection and introspection. Take a moment to pause and ask yourself, what are the principles that guide your decisions? What values form the foundation of your life? What are the goals and dreams that ignite a sense of passion within you? Without a clear understanding of these core elements, it's easy to fall into the trap of developing habits based on societal pressures, fleeting desires, or the expectations of others. When we do so, we risk living a life that is disconnected from our authentic self, where our habits serve external demands rather than our inner fulfillment. Once you've gained clarity on what truly matters to you, the next step is to intentionally craft habits that support and reinforce these values and goals. For example, if you value personal development, a meaningful habit might involve dedicating time each day to reading, learning, or engaging in self-reflection. If one of your core values is health and vitality, you could build habits around mindful nutrition, regular exercise, and self-care routines that nurture your body and mind. The important thing is that these habits should not feel like a burden or a chore, but rather as practices that align with your aspirations, drawing you closer to the life you envision. However, it's important to remember that building habits is not about making grand, sweeping changes overnight. It's about taking small, consistent steps that compound over time. Starting small ensures that these habits are sustainable, even during difficult or busy periods in your life. Consistency is far more powerful than intensity. By focusing on manageable daily actions, you create a solid foundation that allows these habits to take root, becoming an integral part of your life rather than just temporary efforts. Over time, these small actions have a profound cumulative effect, transforming not only your behaviors, but also your mindset and overall well-being. The habits we cultivate today are the seeds we plant for the future. So the question becomes, what kind of future do you want to grow into? And what habits will help you get there? Let's take a step back and examine the broader implications of integrating meaningful habits into our lives. When you engage in these practices consistently, it's not just about momentary behavior changes or ticking off items on a to-do list. It's about fundamentally reshaping the very essence of who you are, influencing your identity, your mindset, and the overall direction your life is taking. Meaningful habits go beyond helping you achieve short-term objectives. They lay the groundwork for profound, long-lasting personal transformation. Over time, these habits help you cultivate essential qualities such as perseverance, focus, and resilience. Qualities that stay with you even when the initial motivation or excitement begins to wane. They build a sense of purpose into your daily life, so that even in the midst of routine, you feel aligned with your deeper values and long-term aspirations. This alignment fosters a sense of intention and fulfillment, allowing you to approach each day with clarity about why you do what you do. Consider the metaphor of planting seeds. Every meaningful habit you commit to is like planting a seed in the soil of your life. These seeds, though small at first, gradually grow into strong, deeply rooted trees that offer stability and nourishment through the different seasons of life. The habits you plant today will take root, anchoring you when you face uncertainty, adversity, or change. With time, these habits form a solid foundation that not only sustains you during challenges, but also propels you forward, allowing you to weather setbacks with greater resilience, flexibility, and grace. By intentionally choosing to prioritize habits that matter, those that align with your values and who you aspire to become, you are essentially creating a life that is rich in meaning, purpose, and satisfaction. It's not about striving for perfection or rigid adherence to an ideal. Instead, it's about embracing progress, however small, and recognizing that growth is a continuous journey. Each deliberate step you take brings you closer to becoming the most authentic, empowered version of yourself. In this way, meaningful habits are the stepping stones to a future that feels both purposeful and deeply fulfilling. Now that we've explored why meaningful habits are so powerful in shaping our lives, let's dive into practical strategies that can guide you in cultivating and sustaining habits that align with your core values and long-term goals. Building meaningful habits is not about drastic overnight transformations. It's about steady, intentional actions that accumulate over time to create a life of purpose and fulfillment. Here are several actionable steps to get started. 1. Start with awareness. The foundation of any meaningful change begins with self-awareness. Take a step back and observe the habits you currently practice. Which habits are nurturing your growth and which ones are holding you back? Sometimes we go through the motions of our daily routines without fully realizing the impact they have on our well-being. By becoming conscious of the habits that shape your life, you empower yourself to make deliberate choices about what to keep and what to change. Awareness is not only the first step toward transformation, but it also deepens your understanding of how your behaviors align or misalign with your values. 2. Focus on small, sustainable changes. We often fall into the trap of wanting to make grand, sweeping changes all at once, driven by a surge of motivation. But meaningful habits, the ones that truly last, are built on a foundation of small, consistent actions. Instead of trying to change everything, start by focusing on one simple habit that you can sustain. Whether it's journaling for 10 minutes a day or taking a short walk after lunch, the key is to make it small enough that it feels manageable, even on your busiest or most unmotivated days. Remember, it's the steady drip of water that wears away the stone, not a sudden flood. Small, repeatable actions lead to powerful long-term results. 3. Make your habits obvious. One of the biggest obstacles to forming new habits is forgetting to do them. To combat this, make the habit you want to adopt as visible and obvious as possible. This could mean placing physical cues in your environment that serve as constant reminders. For instance, if you want to drink more water, keep a water bottle in plain sight at your workspace so it's always within reach. If you aim to exercise more, lay out your workout clothes the night before. By designing your environment to support your goals, you make it easier to follow through on your intentions, creating an effortless flow toward positive action. 4. Stack new habits onto existing ones. One of the most effective techniques for integrating new habits into your routine is habit stacking. This involves linking a new habit to an existing one that's already ingrained in your daily life. For example, if you want to cultivate a gratitude practice, try pairing it with your morning coffee routine. After pouring your coffee, spend a few moments reflecting on what you're grateful for. By attaching the new habit to something familiar, you create a natural reminder, increasing the likelihood that the new behavior will stick. It's about weaving your aspirations into the fabric of your day in a way that feels seamless and intuitive. 5. Be patient and compassionate. Building meaningful habits is a process that takes time, patience, and most importantly, self-compassion. It's natural to face setbacks along the way. Perhaps you miss a day or fall off track entirely. In these moments, it's crucial to be kind to yourself. Rather than giving up or being overly critical, view these slip-ups as opportunities for growth and learning. Every setback offers valuable insights into what might need adjusting in your approach. Understand that consistency is built over time, and it's okay to begin again. Progress is not linear, and real change comes from the cumulative effect of repeated efforts, even after moments of difficulty. By incorporating these strategies, you are not only building habits that support your immediate goals, but also fostering a lifestyle that resonates with your deeper values and vision for the future. Remember, the process of creating meaningful habits is an evolving journey. Each small step you take is a commitment to the person you're becoming, paving the way for a more intentional and fulfilling life. Habits, though often subtle and seemingly small, hold immense power in shaping the trajectory of our lives. When we choose habits intentionally, habits that are aligned with our core values and long-term aspirations, we are not merely engaging in repetitive actions. We are, in fact, constructing the framework for a life that is lived with deeper purpose, clarity, and meaning. Each habit becomes a building block in the foundation of a more intentional existence, guiding us toward the person we aspire to be. As you continue on your journey, it's essential to remind yourself that the habits you nurture today are not isolated or insignificant. They are investments. Investments in your future self, in your growth, and in your capacity to lead a life of authenticity and fulfillment. Small, deliberate actions, when repeated consistently, have a compounding effect that transcends the present moment. Over time, these habits will not only shape your daily experience, but will also influence the broader narrative of your life. They become the threads that weave together the tapestry of who you are becoming. Take time to reflect deeply on the habits you wish to cultivate. Start small, with manageable steps that align with your current life circumstances, but keep your vision expansive. Understand that meaningful change is not about quick fixes or monumental shifts. It's about the quiet, steady commitment to growth that unfolds gradually, yet profoundly over time. Patience and persistence are your allies in this journey, as each small step forward, no matter how seemingly insignificant, is a testament to your dedication to becoming the best version of yourself. Thank you for being part of this journey toward greater intention and purpose. Together, we've explored the ways in which our habits can act as powerful agents of transformation, helping us to live more meaningfully. As we part ways for now, I encourage you to keep growing, keep evolving, and most importantly, keep building a life that reflects the truest desires of your heart. Until next time, continue to invest in yourself and trust that the habits you cultivate today will create the life you truly want tomorrow.